When local growers put great food on Tennessee tables, that's living green. Join Live Green Tennessee as we spend a day with Noble Springs goats, walk Hippie Jack's Greens Garden, and visit the Dysingers family farm. Plus, Gator Harrison cooks up cheese grits and chimichurri with Evans Mill chef Jason. And we visit the Gadget Lab, the Medicine Garden, and the Nashville Farmers Market. For good news that's all green, it's Live Green Tennessee coming up next.
This program is brought to you in part by
a local winery is a great place to enjoy the countryside, find perfect gifts, and learn about the winemaking process. Or you could just have fun, laugh with friends, taste the wines, and experience Tennessee wine country. To find a Tennessee wine country experience near you, visit picktnproducts.org.
and by the generous support of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Connecting the grower to the buyer, the country to the city, and smart shopping with a healthy lifestyle. It's Live Green Tennessee.
Hello, I'm Melinda Kiefer, and I'm proud to be your host for Live Green Tennessee, a show for and about Tennesseans who are reaping the benefits of thinking, eating, and living green. There are lots of ways to buy fresh and get to know your local grower. One concept, which has grown in popularity for 20 years, is community-supported agriculture. Originating in Japan and Europe, CSAs allow consumers to buy a seasonal share of a local grower's farm, and in return get a share of the resulting harvest. Live Green Tennessee recently visited Bountiful Blessings Farm in Williamsport, Tennessee. Not only have the Dysinger Brothers families found success in community-supported agriculture, but they've specialized in a time of year when most people wouldn't dream of receiving fresh local vegetables in the middle of the winter.
Community-supported agriculture is a concept that has really exploded in the last, I would say, 10 years. I think it's been around in the U.S. now for probably close to 20 years. Started over in Japan and Europe. But it is, yeah, I don't know what the latest statistics are, but last I knew there was, I think it was close to 4,000 CSAs around the country. We moved here, my family and I moved here to Tennessee in 1995, and I was actually teaching school, and I did that for 2 years here and decided for a number of reasons that it wasn't what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And so after a lot of different searching for different doors that might be open as far as what to do, I feel like the Lord led us to farm. So anyway, we started out with a lot of idealism and very little knowledge in the fall of 1998 and planted an acre of strawberries. And we grew just strawberries for, I guess, 5 years. In 2003, we decided we were going to really go all out and make this place a real success. 2 days into the season, into the picking season, the rain started. It rained and rained and rained, and we watched our crop literally rot in the fields. And 2 things came out of that disaster. So it's one of those situations where things look bad, but good comes out of it. One was that we started what we call the Berry Share program, where our customers bought next year's strawberries in advance. But the other thing that came out of it was the beginning of our winter CSA program. And the idea of CSA, CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture, is that it's kind of a gentleman's agreement between the customers and the farmer. The farmer's saying, I'm going to focus on you, this certain group of customers, and I'm going to provide you the best, the freshest, the healthiest produce you can get. And the customer in return says, I'm going to commit to buy from you for the season. On Harvest Day, which is also usually Delivery Day, since we try to do it all together, my brother and I, Edwin and I, usually have come up with a list of what is going to be harvested for that day. There's some things we try to always have in the boxes. One of them is carrots. Everybody seems to love our winter carrots. We also always try to have lettuce, and we're moving towards always having spinach because people seem to really love spinach. There's turnips, there's radishes, there's rutabagas. This year we're growing parsnips for the first time. There's arugula, mosh, claytonia, mizuna, minutina. Again, our goal is to plant enough variety that even if you have some failures, hopefully you have enough successes that it'll keep the boxes full and the customers happy. One of the great things about farming is that it can involve the whole family. In 2006, my brother and his family joined us on the farm. And so now it's a partnership, and that has really strengthened and enhanced our farm.
There's something really special about growing stuff. I mean, you feel like you're dealing with the basic fundamentals of life, and I really enjoy that. The chance to be working with family, to have family gathered around you, since we after working overseas for a number of years, we felt like we needed roots, and our children were starting to leave home. We wanted to have a home for them to come to, and it's been really special. A daughter and son-in-law who are married came and settled right here on the farm with us, and our other kids are at home with us. And I get to work with my brother. My parents are here. It's actually their farm. So that's a very special thing to have all the family around.
There's a real sense of teamwork. Everybody, we can't do it without the family, and they realize that. So when there's a situation where we need their help, it's not, well, would you like to help? It's, you have to help. We just think it's a wonderful way to raise children. If you're interested in quality of life, in family togetherness, I don't think you can beat it.
Yeah, our heart is really in the work, so we enjoy it greatly, and we have fun together.
As the years have gone by, we're building a really strong customer base of people who know what they're getting into. They are committed to organic eating, committed to local, committed to eating fresh, and we really value and appreciate those customers.
I love it. It actually, what you get in these boxes makes you eat things you probably wouldn't even buy in the grocery store. So when I have something in these boxes I don't know what to do with it, I look up recipes. So it's kind of made me a better cook as well, which is, my family loves it.
Well, this is our third season with this particular CSA. We just love getting fresh produce from a local grower that we know. I love being able to visit the farm and see how they grow our produce. I really appreciate the quality, and above all else, I also appreciate the variety.
And in the winter, when tomatoes are disgusting in the grocery store, I prefer fresh, right out of the garden, no pesticides.
People often, when I tell them what I do, some people will say, boy, that sounds like a lot of work. But actually, to me, it's very rarely work. You know, I just love what I do. I love being close to my family. I love the fact that my family can work with me. I love being outside, surrounded by nature. I feel like I can commune with God. You know, no distracting sounds and billboards and on and on. I love working with our customers and hearing their feedback on what they did with their produce, and that their baby's first food was from our farm. That's so rewarding. So it's a great concept, and I highly encourage everybody to get involved with it.
Agriculture is the state's #1 industry, so not only does Tennessee's past center around agriculture, but so does its future. Buying farm fresh products benefits growers and your community economy, all the while offering fresher food to your family table. But marketing farm to table isn't always easy. Through Tennessee Farm Fresh program, Tiffany Howard coordinates promotional aid for farmers while providing consumer connections to those locally produced products.
Tennessee Farm Fresh actually started back in 2008 is when we officially kicked off, but the background work of the program began in 2007. The Tennessee Department of Agriculture approached the Tennessee Farm Bureau in wanting us to partner with them in a program that would draw more emphasis to the direct retail side of marketing farm products, and initially partner with the efforts of Pick Tennessee Products, which is the Tennessee Department of Agriculture's program that's been around for years. With so many people wanting to buy locally and showing more interested in supporting local farmers, I felt as though there needed to be more emphasis and efforts being put into this area. And through a federal grant distributed through the state, we are able to promote the Tennessee Farm Fresh program and provide benefits to producers and consumers of Tennessee. So through the winter of 2007 and 2008, we developed a steering committee, and we pretty much did the background work and laid out how the Farm Fresh program was going to go about. And in April of 2008, we offered this program to producers and began promoting it to consumers. You know, producers need help marketing. I mean, it's one thing to produce and grow products in Tennessee, but to go out and actually market them and sell them and educate consumers is a whole nother ballgame. So Tennessee Farm Fresh is in place to help producers market their products and to educate consumers on how they can find them. We have just completed our first 2 major seasons since the Tennessee Farm Fresh program has been active. You know, because we just opened it in April of 2008, and the major season of marketing products in Tennessee is from about April to November in Tennessee, although there are plenty of things available through the winter. And through the first 2 major seasons of Tennessee Farm Fresh, we've been very successful and learned a lot along the way. We have represented many producers across the state and have had lots of positive feedback from the agriculture community and from consumers alike. Some of the benefits that Tennessee Farm Fresh has to offer to the producers is, first of all, when they decide that they would like to participate in this program, they would mail in their information to us, and the first thing that we do is mail them a package of marketing tools, which includes stickers and pins and price cards and tools that they can use at their marketplace to identify them with the Tennessee Farm Fresh program. Because if consumers have found them through Farm Fresh, it kind of makes that connection for consumers. Also, producers are listed on our Tennessee Farm Fresh website. We have printed and published to Tennessee Farm Fresh directories that are distributed all throughout the state, which is a hands-on guide of how you can find local producers. And we advertise and market the program statewide to consumers in various different medias in different ways. We also conduct educational workshops for producers, which are put together by the UT Center for Profitable Agriculture. And producers who participate in Tennessee Farm Fresh can come to these educational workshops for absolutely free. So there's plenty of great benefits for producers who want to participate in Tennessee Farm Fresh. Consumers who are interested in buying locally from local farmers may have that idea in their head and have thought about maybe going out and doing it, but may not exactly know how they can get in touch with these farmers, especially if they don't know where to look. But more and more there are becoming more resources available for them to utilize. You know, there are sites out there that guide them to all the local farmers markets throughout the state and actually have a listing of farms that you can visit. That's one of the resources that Tennessee Farm Fresh can bring consumers. Anywhere that you use our website or even on our Farm Fresh directories, it will show you, break down the counties of Tennessee and the producers in those counties that participate in Tennessee Farm Fresh. It will tell you what kind of products are available from those farms and if you can visit them on site at the farm or if you're more likely to visit them at the farmers markets across the state. It will actually show you where they market their products and how you can get in touch with them and offer a resource. If some of them have websites, you can look them up or have phone numbers and addresses so that they're easy to find. And through these resources, consumers can get in touch and actually get to know these farmers when visiting them or get to visit the farms and have a good fun day with the family and do something different and get in touch with that side of life that's so essential. You know, it's our food. You know, it's something that sometimes we may take for granted every day, but it's essential to our everyday living, and it's just one way that they can really grasp that educational aspect of agriculture in Tennessee.
Hello, my name's Tom Todd. I'm here on Hippie Jack's farm in the Cumberland Plateau in the West River Valley. And this is our winter garden. These right here we have turnips. Some people like the greens, and some people like them with the turnip on the bottom. Personally, I like the turnips. Some people don't, but that's up to each individual taste. Of course, they'll get bigger as the year goes by. These are known as eggshell turnips. They're real mild in flavor and just absolutely delicious. Personally, I like the turnips. Some people just like the greens. But whatever you like, there's plenty of it. And now over here we have a row of spinach. A lot of people think of it as a spring crop, but it'll go and produce all winter, which is real delicious. Right here we have cilantro, which is a plant that's, you either love it or you hate it. Personally, I think it's delicious. Okay, this is a mixture of kale and collards. Kale has a rough serrated edge on the leaves, and collards, here's a collard leaf. Now as you see, its edges are smooth and not serrated like the kale. But they're both delicious, very high in nutrition. And here we grow 5 different types of lettuce. We have leaf lettuce, red leaf lettuce, and of course it is just absolutely delicious also. Sometimes this is my whole breakfast, is just wandering through the garden in the morning. We also have green leaf lettuce, more cilantro, more spinach, more kale, more collards. Down here we have romaine lettuce, red romaine. One further down is green romaine. And all of the seeds in here are all heirloom seeds. And this is a winter garden. All that we see here was $5 worth of seeds. And there's enough to feed just lots of families. And feed them good, feed them nutritionally, healthy. Anybody can do it on any size plot. What more can I say? I love it. I eat it every day. And I wouldn't even let you guess my age.
You know, there are all sorts of Tennessee products and fresh produce available this time of year. While a lot of farmers markets are seasonal, there are a few that welcome visitors all year round. Recently, Live Green Tennessee dropped in on the Nashville Farmers Market next to the state capitol.
Nashville Farmers Market has been in Nashville since the early 1800s and been in this location for the past 15 years. Since 1995, it was part of the whole Bicentennial Mall redevelopment of this area of town. We have successfully grown the market and seen a tremendous increase of people using the market over the years. Especially within the last couple of years, where people are looking at buying more organic produce, more local produce. And I actually think local has overtaken organic in the importance to our consumers.
Hi, my name's Charlie Young, and I work for the Smileys. I've been working for them for about 5 months. I live in Ridgetop. We sell a little bit of everything. We sell a lot of greens mostly, eggplants, just a variety of different stuff, you know.
My name is Claire Manili, and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I just started a business called Dozen, and I'm selling here at the farmers market. And I sell local cookies. I make everything myself. I use local organic products.
Grady Swafford, Pikeville, Tennessee is my farm there. Goes under Swafford Farms. That's 160 miles from here.
My name is Margie Maxwell. I'm originally from Pulaski, Tennessee. Within the last 20, 25 years, I moved to Nashville to further my pursuit in the interests of working on the market, selling fruits and vegetables.
My name is Charles Jackson. I live in Nashville. I've been working here about 18 years on the farmers market with Johnny Howell.
A lot of farmers like to be on their tractors, don't necessarily want to deal with the customers. But this gives them an outlet for their products.
Well, if I'm coming to farmers market, I got to get up at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, some mornings 5. It just depends on how quick I got to have this product here.
In the winter months, a lot of the homegrown stuffs are out of season, but we do have stuff that's grown from other states, Alabama and Georgia and Florida.
My granddad started the business on the old market, which was located around the courthouse square. From there, my dad, got into it. He was a farmer. And then after that, me and my mother, and then we started, and then we just trying to keep it going.
This is my first business, and so I was looking for an outlet that was a little bit cheaper, a little bit more flexible, so I decided to set up at the farmers market. It also gives me a chance to connect directly with the customers rather than having other people that work for me connect with them. I get to know everyone myself, and I get to establish myself.
Some days I've made 2 trips all the way home and back, and it's a 3-hour drive each way, so that makes a long day when you do it twice a day. Of course, my wife and sister-in-law, they're here every day on the market, they stay here all the time, 7 days a week.
Yeah, we have many repeat customers, they know us and they like our product, so they just keep coming back, which is a good thing. They don't realize how hard you have to work to get it here and get it to look this good, So they just enjoy the comfort of eating it.
During the week, we have 11 different restaurants down here from all different nationalities, from Jamaican to Greek to good old New Orleans to good old Meat and Three, Chinese, Mexican.
My name is Monica Herrera. This is El Burrito Mexicano. It's a family-owned restaurant. We sell burritos, tacos, tortas, chimichangas, carnitas. We have sweet potatoes, tomatoes, squash, onions, broccoli, cabbage, bell pepper. We make our food fresh daily, so it's really easy to just walk down the market and buy our produce.
And we see a lot of people come down here and have meetings. That way they can all pick their own type of meal and get together and have a lunchtime meeting. But because we're here 12 months out of the year, we have to have resellers down here.
I'm Crystal. I work for Johnny Howell. Him and his family has been on the market for over 40 years. And we got pepper jelly. It's a sweet tater butter. It's Tennessee toe jam. And we've got peach, strawberry, blueberry, just different kinds. Johnny is famous for his tomatoes, and we've got the tomato juice, we got the sweet, hot and spicy, the regular and the plain. Then we got the tomato chunks too. They're Bradley tomatoes. That's what he's known for, is his tomatoes, and they are really good.
The Nashville Farmers Market has a number of different resellers down here. Resellers buy produce from all over the world.
My name is Steve. I'm from the international market. We have been in the market for the last 11 years. We have been selling for the all over the world groceries, especially the produce. Come to the one-stop shopping for the farmers market. You get everything. You get all the different kinds of food and different kinds of groceries all over the world. Yeah.
I mean, you meet all cultures here. I mean, you know, Australia, Germany, England, Italians, everywhere. You meet them all.
Here, we want people from all walks of life, from all nationalities, from all income levels, to feel comfortable and come shop at the Nashville Farmers Market.
Just in the conversation, you know, they give what they do in their country, how they grow, how they do their system of doing things, and then we just kind of say, well, no, we're just going to give you a little southern touch on that, you know, because we're in Nashville, Tennessee, you know, this is southern style, so we just kind of pile it up together and it comes out just right.
The customers like dealing with the farmers and knowing exactly where their product comes from. And the farmers enjoy dealing with the customers and knowing the people they're feeding and learn about how people are using their products and recipes.
Meet all kinds of people, you know, and just making friends more or less, you know.
I get the same customers coming back Saturday after Saturday, Friday after Friday.
We're all here 365 days out of the whole year.
Come try my cookies.
We're in winter months, we close at 5, we open at 7 and close at 5 every day.
So this is the place to come. If you're in Nashville, Tennessee, come to the Farmers Market, Nashville Farmers Market. That's the place.
I'd rather be out on the water fishing, but can't make no money doing that.
Okay, so you have your winter herbs and vegetables and are looking for some warm winter comfort food. What's next? Well, Gator Harrison invited Enid Evan Mill chef Jason Evans into the Green Galley for a tasty twist on a Southern classic.
Well, Granny just always says, come on into the kitchen. We're going to say, welcome to the Green Galley. My name's Gator, and again, we're going to take homegrown Tennessee food and turn it into meal masterpieces. To help me, it's our buddy Jason Evans, Evans Mill Restaurant. Are you ready to cook? You're always ready, aren't you?
I'm always ready.
Well, I'm the assistant, or the idiot, because pretty much if I can make this, you can make this. What are we making today?
Today we're going to make take a lot of great Tennessee ingredients, and
right.
We're going to make a nice brunch meal or a breakfast meal.
Brunch meal? All right, what are we having for brunch or breakfast?
We're going to start with some grits.
All right.
These are Tennessee grits, and we're going to cook them in a little milk.
That's what I'm talking about. This is a Southern meal right here.
Perfect comfort food.
You get a lot of amens from Southern boys like me when you say grits. All right, very good.
Got everybody's attention.
Yeah, so you got some cheese grits.
And then we're going to take some Tennessee winter vegetables. We've got some turnips and acorn squash. We're going to roast those.
Okay.
We're going to poach some local eggs, and then we're going to top it off with a chimichurri sauce, which is going to be made out of some local herbs.
Oh, very good. So, but, man, this guy got it. Live green, Tennessee, eat green. All right, let's eat green. How do we start?
Let's start out with the grits. We're kind of medium-sized saucepan here, and we're going to start with about 4 cups of milk.
Okay.
We're going to bring this to a boil. We're going to put a little bit of crushed red pepper in there.
Heating up the grits.
That's right.
And what is this you're adding?
A little bit of salt. And then we're going to bring that to a boil. Need to also add, this is about a 1/4 cup of olive oil.
Olive oil and grits, all right.
We went with that instead of butter, just kind of keep it a little more healthy.
Oh, okay. So we got the ingredients, we mix them up a little bit, and then we're waiting for that to boil.
While this is getting going here, we can cut up some vegetables.
All right. Now, you have seen me work with a knife. Are you frightened at all? Are you scared a little bit, Jason?
A little bit. We got some turnips and we got some acorn squash. Okay. And these are local. We get these from a farmer in Warren County.
Do you really?
Brent and Mary Bain. So.
And that's important, guys. You know, support local farmers and eat and feed your family healthy. That's important. Okay.
I'm going to show you one turnip and then I'm going to let you do the other one.
Because I've never touched a turnip. Isn't that funny?
And cut both ends off.
Okay.
And then we're going to peel it. Go all the way around it.
Somehow I think I'm cutting more off the good stuff than you are. You're getting just the skin there. All right, so and what are you doing here, and what kind of
This is our
pumpkin
acorn
is this?
squash.
Oh, that's squash? It looks
Yep.
like a pumpkin to me.
I did it just like the turnip. I cut the ends off.
Okay.
And now we're just kind of peeling it around. This is a really hard vegetable, so it's a little tricky to peel. That's why I gave you the turnips.
Thank you. And look, hey, I didn't do too bad. It's not as
That's
pretty
not
as
too bad.
yours, but you know. So Evans Mill, tell us about Evans Mill Restaurant, where they can find it, and where they can find you if they're looking for you.
Sure. Evans Mills in Smithville, Tennessee. We're a small inn, corporate retreat.
Sure.
We do weddings. You can come just for dinner.
Dinner's good.
Dinner is good. It is by reservation only, but most weekends you can get in if we don't have a wedding or something going on.
Have you got a website or something where people can find you? That way?
Evansmill.com is the website.
And I want to find out more about Evans Mill Restaurant, what type of food and stuff you serve. But I understand we got to cut a squash here.
They're going to cut this acorn squash in half.
Okay. You sure this is not a pumpkin? Okay, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so we get the seeds out.
We got
What's
the seeds
next?
out, but I hear my milk over here boiling. So we're going to add our grits in. These are Tennessee grits, stone ground, so they're much more coarse. These are from the old mill. It's in Pigeon Forge.
Oh, yeah.
But they have a website. You can go online and order them. They'll ship them to you. You'll taste a big difference.
I started to ask, is the taste worth the ordering?
It is worth it. They're really that good.
And temperature, you just turn that down on low and just let them simmer.
And just stir them occasionally.
Back to our squash, back to our turnips.
We're going to take these, cut them into probably bite-sized pieces.
Bite-sized pieces. I think I've already messed up the math on this, Jason, but it's okay. Speaking of bite-sized, I understand you got some a little biter at home. You got some kids?
Oh, yes.
How old and the names? You better say hi. You're going to get in trouble.
Yeah. Hey, Sylvia. And she just turned 3. And then I have a son. He is about 8 months old, 7, 8 months old.
Right.
And
so he's
not cooking yet.
Yeah, he's showing more of signs of an eater and other things. And your wife, so you don't have to sleep on the couch when you get home?
My wife's name is Sharon. And
hi, Sharon. Thanks for loaning us, Jason.
She's a great cook, too.
Really? Is she a good cook? Do you guys
she bakes more than she cooks, but...
Well, that's a good marriage, man. If you're cooking the main course and she's baking the dessert, that's great.
Exactly.
All right, so we've diced these up. They're about bite-sized.
Got these all diced up, and we're going to throw these in this pan.
All right. And what are you putting on
We've got a little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
Again, just to kind of tie everything together. A couple tablespoons kosher salt again. And then a little cracked pepper. And then those are ready to go in. We got a 400-degree oven back here.
All right, yeah.
So let's throw those in the oven. Do you mind throwing those in?
I'll take care of that for you, Jason.
Thanks,
That's why I'm here. And it's preheated again to 400, you say?
400 degrees, that's right. Bottom rack.
All right, bottom rack.
Most people have the conventional oven, so your heat's coming from the bottom, unless you have it on broil.
Sure.
And those, we want to get a little bit of color on them.
Okay.
And that'll help if your heat's coming from the bottom and they're closer to the bottom.
How long will they cook? Will you let those cook?
We're going to leave those in there about 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay.
And they'll be ready to go.
Just giving the grits another stir?
Just keeping these grits going.
It's like musical instruments here. It's like you're playing a lot of different things. You got to be a multitasker to be a great chef, I understand.
That's if you want it all on the plate at the same time, you got to be doing more than one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to go over here to our chimichurri sauce.
Here, I'm going to let you take the lead here.
Switch places with you a little bit.
All right. Now, chimichurri sauce, I'm sorry, that's not something that I reach for a lot.
No, you won't. You don't.
Can you explain it? Is it your creation? Is it something you've been taught?
It's not my creation.
Right.
It's an Argentinian condiment.
Okay.
They use it like ketchup in Argentina.
Really?
And they use it on a lot of meats, actually, grilled meats. It's herbs.
Right.
Fresh herbs. And we get these from the Herb Cottage in Smithville. Mostly parsley. But you can throw a little oregano, and I like to throw a little rosemary in there as well.
Okay.
Fresh herbs, olive oil, a little vinegar, garlic, pepper, onion, the lemon, and we got a few little spices here to go with it.
Okay.
And then we're going to add about a cup of vinegar. We've got a little salt and pepper in there too. You going to grab the pepper for us?
Absolutely.
How about a little shake in there?
That ought to do it. I started to say, how little are you talking here? Okay.
All right, now we got a couple cups of extra virgin olive oil too.
Okay. I'm saying it seems like it's getting a good consistency there.
Yep.
By the way, Jason Evans, Evans Mill Restaurant, Smithville, Tennessee. If you're trying to track him down, make sure you call for reservations if you're looking for dinner.
Don't just show up.
Unless you want to help in the kitchen.
Exactly.
That's about it. Okay.
All right. Now we've got that going.
All right.
Let's we're going to turn our water on for our poaching.
For a poaching, and then illegal?
Yeah,
not that kind of poaching.
Not that kind of poaching.
I see. Okay.
We're going to poach eggs.
All right. Yes. And not just any eggs, right?
We've got some Banty chicken eggs.
Well, and I saw them, and I'm like, those don't look like, I get grade A large.
They picked those early.
No, exactly. They still got a ways to grow.
Yes. What we're going to do, and poaching eggs, basically you just want enough water in your pot to be able to cover the egg once it's in there.
And heat-wise, what are we looking at for this?
Heat-wise, 180 or so. So a little bit below simmering. Just going to be nice and hot. You want to crack an egg?
Like,
yeah.
Now, what kind of egg did you say this is?
This is a Banty chicken egg.
They're
and
so
these
small.
are local. You should have some people around your farmer's market.
Sure.
You know,
I'm gonna mess up your
raising
kitchen.
eggs. We'll do 4 of those. You can eat 2, can't you?
Man, are you kidding me? I thought this was just for me. I thought we were making yours later. Okay, we got the vegetables baking. We got the grits. Still got a few more minutes on those.
I'm going to let you grate some cheese for me.
Okay, I can do this. I've learned here in the Green Galley. I grated my first cheese, so I am an expert in it. Well, all right, I'm experienced now.
And this cheese is a Tennessee cheese. This is a Tennessee sheep's milk cheese.
Sheep's milk cheese.
Sheep's milk cheese.
All
this
right.
is from our friends over in Locust Grove.
Really?
Locust Grove.
Just like the name would imply, right? Sheep's milk.
That is sheep's milk.
Cheese.
And it's actually an unpasteurized cheese.
Okay.
And this is going to go in our grits.
Okay.
Our grits have just about finished cooking over there.
Obviously, Evans Mills in Smithville. Where are you from?
I am from Smithville.
Are you? So a hometown boy?
Hometown boy, yep.
All right, how are we looking here? Is that enough?
Probably about a cup. That's going to be enough. We're going to throw our cheese in there.
Cool. And obviously, I mean, if you didn't have a sheep's milk cheese laying around the kitchen, you could substitute.
Yeah, just use your favorite cheese.
Okay.
And get creative with
All right.
that. And then this is starting to look really good.
That does look good.
We'll serve these as a side item with steaks too.
Really?
You get some nice different textures,
Sure.
you know, other than potatoes.
All right, Jason, what's next?
All right, we've got our water here. It's coming up to temperature. It should be getting really close. And we're going to add our vinegar.
Okay.
And for about a quart of water, you just need a tablespoon or so of
All right.
vinegar. I like to throw a little bit more in there. It's not really going to change the flavor of it, but the vinegar is going to keep the egg from the white from just separating.
Oh, okay.
It's really going to kind of hold your egg together.
Yeah, okay.
So it definitely a
Great
must.
tip.
You don't want to leave that out.
Okay.
And then fresh eggs, of course, are better. Fresh eggs are going to hold together a little better when you're poaching eggs.
And so you've got the water.
Got the water going.
Just below a simmer.
And then we're going to stir it. And this kind of gets our water moving around.
Okay.
And that way, when we dump our eggs in one at a time, that'll kind of make the egg, it's kind of going to float around too, so we can go in right behind it.
So like they're in there
interrupt each
dancing.
other. They're in there dancing, exactly.
That's cool.
It's probably going to take them a few more minutes.
But there's kind of a fine art to poaching an egg, right? I mean, that's just not like scrambling them up.
No, it takes a little bit of practice, bit of practice. And, you know, they don't turn out perfect every time.
Right.
We're going to give those they'll take probably 5 minutes maybe to get to medium.
Sure.
You know, it just depends on how runny you like your yolk.
Right.
5 minutes will be kind of nice cooked yolk, or nice cooked white, and then the yolk will still be a little bit.
All right, so we got the vegetables baking, we got the grits on the
We
side.
got the grits.
We got
those are
our
all
eggs
ready to
being
go.
poached.
Eggs are being poached.
What can we do in the meantime?
We could taste this sauce.
Tasting is always good,
Tasting is
Jason. Now
always
that's
good.
one thing I can do.
Spoon there for you.
All right.
Grab you a spoonful of that.
All right. That's good.
That's good.
Wasn't anything like I was expecting. I mean, there's
No,
like
it
an
just kinda
explosion
explodes
of
in your mouth.
Wow. Now that's good. And is that a sauce? What other meals or dishes could you use that sauce with? Because that seems like a something that would be good with just about anything.
Oh yeah. Well, in Argentina they use it on meats a lot.
Right.
A lot of grilled meats.
It's got some good heat to it, some good texture, and it's a great flavor.
All right, we've got our plates here.
All right.
And let's just check on our eggs again.
Can I give the grits a stir like I know what I'm doing?
Yeah. Don't let those start
Always stir
sticking.
the grits. Now, what are you doing here? And is there tips that we need to keep in mind as far as poaching goes? Because it looks like you're being very careful. You're trying to get them separated
I
here?
am being careful, trying to get them separated, just make sure they're not sticking together. You know, I like my yolks runny.
Sure.
So as soon as I can get it out of the water, I'm
good?
pretty much ready to go with
I
it.
got
So
you. Okay, so what's next?
we're going to plate it up. You ready to eat?
Well, yes, I'm ready to eat. Now, Jason, I'll warn you, I'm one of these simple eaters. Now, my wife watches this show and she says, I don't believe that you ate that, what they made. But I have loved everything that we've had so far, and I expect to really love this.
All right, let's get us a big spoonful of grits. This kind of be our base.
Okay.
While we're doing this, you want to pull our vegetables out of the oven?
Yes, absolutely.
Let's see if those are getting done.
And again, how long, just a reminder of how long these have been baking?
Those have been in there. It's been about 35 minutes or so.
But they look good to me. There's some nice color in there.
Yeah, those are getting done for sure.
And I've learned that.
All right. Now, let's get us some vegetables here.
And when you're plating, is there something that you're going for when you're plating food that you try to?
We always like to
is it color? Is it art? What is it?
We just make it look like the food fell from heaven and fell on the
well,
plate.
there you go. And I'm sure taste, I mean, there's combinations. There's things you wouldn't lay on top of each other, but in this dish, obviously, you want to.
We're looking for color, we're looking for texture,
right,
and we're looking for just, you know, nice eye appeal.
Okay.
Where our spoon go here. We're ready for some eggs. Take a towel and kind of dry your liquid off just a little bit.
Now, if you want to get really creative, now I probably wouldn't find this at a restaurant, but your 3-year-old daughter, like we've got, would probably love a little, you know, smiley face, and these could be the eyes, right?
Oh,
I mean,
exactly.
come on. I've learned one thing with a 3-year-old: if you want them to try new things, you have to get creative in your, you know, how you.
You have to make them think it was their idea.
Yes, broccoli is all of a sudden trees. You're eating trees like a dinosaur.
That's
you know?
exactly
I mean,
what we use is the trees.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And she eats them like mad.
Loves
now.
broccoli. All right, we've got our poached eggs on there. Grab us a little spoon here. We'll put a little chimichurri on there.
Okay. I am blown away by that sauce as well.
Let me get you some here.
Very good. I mean, that looks gorgeous.
Ready to eat?
Is there a spoon for me?
Yeah, you can grab this.
Oh, he gave me the big one.
You get the big
I like
spoon.
that. This man knows me. All right. Wow.
Grits are nice and creamy.
That's excellent. You've got to try this at home. If you didn't catch everything, go. Can you say I got a mouthful? Mom would be mad at me right now. Go to WCTE/livegreen or WCTE.org/livegreen. I'm so distracted by how good this food is. You got the complete recipe. Make sure you make reservations. Let Jason cook for you in person at Evans Mill Restaurant, Smithfield, Tennessee. Jason, this is excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to finish eating. Thank you guys for joining us in the Green Galley and for always living green, Tennessee.
Last time in the Gadget Lab, we got turned on to LED holiday lights. This time, Eli the Gadget Guy comes clean with some green tips for laundry day.
Hi, I'm Eli the Gadget Guy, and welcome to the Green Gadget Lab. Today's gadgets help make an everyday chore less harmful to the environment. Eco Laundry Dryer Balls! The laundry balls replace detergent using ionized crystals, which manufacturers say activate water molecules to help them penetrate into fibers and lift dirt. Not only does this product minimize chemical pollution, but it is also said to leave no soapy film or residue, which saves water and electricity by cutting down the rinse cycle. Now once your laundry is done, get ready to reduce your drying time by up to 25% by using the Eco Dryer Balls. Their design causes them to lift and separate fabrics in the dryer, causing your clothes to dry faster. Finally, as a Green Gadget Guy, in my opinion, the most environmentally friendly method of doing laundry is hand washing your clothes and then using a clothesline to dry them. 5 out of 5 Gadget Guys recommend this method. I'm Eli the Gadget Guy, and we'll see you next time in the Green Gadget Lab.
With more people buying local and eating green comes more opportunities for those whose dream of success lies in providing for us all. Early last year, one Williamson County couple turned their shared lifelong hobby into more than a full-time affair. Justine and Dustin Noble have been working hard to get your goat.
Justine and I have both been raising dairy goats for most of our lives. I've been raising them for about 18 years, and Justine's been raising them for about 14 or 15. And that's how we met. We've always kind of had a dream of being able to take the goat's milk that our dairy goats produce and turning it into a finished product so that we can be able to offer it to consumers, because we have people ask us all the time what kind of products we make with our goat's milk. So we were pursuing that and talked to friends of our family. So they offered to let us move out to their Franklin farm. It's 233 acres. And set up our operation on their farm, which has actually been put in the Land Trust for Tennessee's conservation easement. So it can never be subdivided or developed. So it's set aside for agricultural use. It's pretty labor intensive, and it's
around the clock.
As they say, a labor of love. You have to really like what you're doing to be this devoted. I mean, there's days that we work 20 hours. I'd say we average 14 or 15 anyway. It's just part of building a new business.
High on a hill was a lonely goat herd, lay, hoodle-lay, hoodle-lay, hoo-hoo. Loud was the voice of the lonely goat herd, lay, hoodle-lay, hoodle-oo.
Okay, so this is washing their udder off, preparing them to be milked. And this is just all to ensure that we're getting a clean quality milk to use to make our cheese. In the milking parlor, it's sent through the wall through this stainless pipe into our refrigerated tank, where it's kept at 38 degrees for a few days until we're ready to make cheese. Then we send it into this room where our pasteurizer is in cheese vat to be made into cheese.
Just in the milking process, the milk was pumped into the cool tank in the tank room. It's then pumped into this pasteurizing vat where it's pasteurized at a temperature of 145 degrees for 30 minutes. Once that pasteurization process is achieved, we then cool the milk back down to the temperature that we need to have it at to be able to make the milk into its finished product, which varies from Chev to Feta to Gouda and some other types of cheeses that we make as well. After we pump all the milk into the pasteurizing vat, we always come and measure to see how much milk we actually have. That way we know how much of the cultures and enzymes we have to use to make the milk to make the milk into cheese. Looks like here we've got just shy of 80 gallons for this batch, so that'll be a pretty good sized batch of cheese there. This is the agitator that we put into the milk. It's turned by this motor above it. It helps facilitate the pasteurization process by stirring the milk as it's being heated up. This is one of the lids that we put on the milk or on the pasteurizer before we pasteurize, and this one has the heating element which heats the airspace above the milk. We have to heat the airspace above the milk to about 5 degrees above the pasteurization temperature to actually have the milk properly pasteurized. Once the cheese making process is complete in the tank, especially on our hard cheeses, we drain the whey off. The curds are then transported into these cheese molds, which have holes in them, which allow the remainder of the whey to drain off. Once the cheese is in the molds, we put a cap on them that's tightly fitted. We lower the stamp down onto the top of the mold and then raise the arm and put weight on the arm to allow the cheese to press, which helps to get the proper consistency. Different types of cheeses require different amounts of weight to get the proper firmness. We typically make more Gouda than anything. Once this process is finished, we then take the wheels of cheese and put them into a salt brine. These are some fresh wheels of Gouda right here that are fresh out of the brine. They are brined for a few days before they're taken out. They'll age in the open air for a number of days until they form a nice rind. Each one of them weighs approximately 12 to 15 pounds. This is the refrigerator where we age our hard cheeses. All of our hard cheeses have to be aged between 50 and 55 degrees. After they're brined for several days in a brine, they come out, we dry them, and put a coating of wax on them, which helps to preserve the moisture. This number here indicates the date that it was actually put in the aging facility here. This is 11/10, so 60 days, I guess that'll make it ripe and ready to sell by about the middle of January. So this is one of our many wheels of Gouda here that we make. Here at Noble Springs, we make 3 different kinds of cheeses out of our goat's milk. We make Chev, Feta, and Gouda. The Chev comes in a variety of different flavors. We've got sun-dried tomato and basil in spreadable tubs. We've got garlic and herb, cherry berry, which is cherry and cranberry blend. We offer a few others in spreadable tubs. We also have logs, and they come in a wide variety of flavors, from peppercorn to garlic and dill to the Busy Bee, which is cranberry and almonds drizzled in honey. We also have Feta and Gouda. I go to farmers markets and we sell all these different kinds of cheeses, and customers always come up to me and ask what kind of cheese is my favorite cheese, and I have a hard time really deciding because I think they're all really good cheeses, and I have a hard time picking a favorite out of the bunch. I think they're all really good. Of course, farmers markets are a good avenue for us for our products.
And after we got our license, we went to our first farmers market, which was on a Wednesday, and it was in East Nashville. And the feelings that we had, we were so excited at the first farmers market to finally be there and selling our product at a farmers market to the public, and seeing people's reactions when they tasted our product was really, really, really awesome. So
we've had a lot of chefs and personal chefs, catering companies that have contacted us about using our product either regularly on their menu or for special featured items. Right now, all of our products are only available in privately owned businesses, privately owned restaurants, and privately owned natural food stores, and we're pretty proud to say that because those people really appreciate the products that we have, and they do a good job promoting them to their customers and promoting the fact that we are so involved in our business. We're engaged. We're going to get married here I guess probably next summer sometime. We're working on our new farm venture and cheese production and trying to build that business. So far, we're really satisfied with where we're at this point in the game. We hope to kind of build up our business a little bit more and expand things and maybe pick up some new customers here and there.
But we don't ever want to be out of touch with what we're doing. Like, we want to be involved.
We still want it to be a small operation. We don't ever want to be a huge box commercial operation.
I don't know, I have a little sign that says, an old goat lives here, a young, frisky nanny, and a whole bunch of little kids. We're not old enough to hang that sign up yet, though, because he's not really an old goat yet. One day.
A doctor of pharmacology and an avid home gardener, Dr. Upwalker makes it his business to know the medicinal qualities of simple, affordable, and healthy foods, like oats.
Welcome to the Medicine Garden. This month we'll take a look at the medicinal attributes of oats. Around 3,000 years ago in Europe, oats were the last of the major cereal grains to be domesticated, apparently originating as weeds that grew among the cultivated crops. Northern Europe's cool, wet weather is perfect for growing oats. The Scots made oats a staple of their national diet, but in Samuel Johnson's English Dictionary, oats were defined as eaten by people in Scotland, but fit only for horses in England. The Scottish retort was, that's why England has good horses and Scotland has fine men. Oats were brought to America in 1602 and planted on the Elizabeth Islands off Massachusetts. In 1786, George Washington sowed 580 acres in oats. Oats contain water-soluble fiber, which turns into a kind of thick, viscous gel which moves through the body very slowly. One of the benefits is that your stomach stays fuller longer. Soluble fiber also slows down glucose absorption, which deters those nasty sugar highs and lows. Oats' outer casing, the bran, is very high in soluble fiber and can be consumed in baking recipes or even raw in shakes. Nutritionists believe that oat bran inhibits cholesterol, which helps prevent heart disease. They recommend daily intake of fiber because it also regulates gastrointestinal function, which is as useful in constipation as it is in diarrhea. Oats also have anti-inflammatory properties, are hypoallergenic, and are clinically proven to help heal dry, itchy skin. Oats have a higher food value than any other grain and are a good source of B vitamins and iron. Oats may be eaten as oatmeal or in a vegetable soup, but at least 2 hours before retiring. Steel-cut oats, or Irish oats, are recommended over rolled oats due to their firmer texture and are excellent for hot oatmeal. Oats provide the most important nutrients for nerve function and are very effective as an antidepressant. Oat water is highly recommended for high blood pressure and is made by boiling 2 tablespoonfuls of oats and 1 quart of water for 5 minutes. Strain and sweeten with honey and sip on it the entire day. From humble beginnings to the reigning queen of cereal grains, oats are a complete body overhaul, inside and out. This is Dr. Upwalker. See you next time in the Medicine Garden.
Our greenest thumb winner is Doris of Cookeville, who says line drying laundry in the winter isn't as crazy as it sounds. People love the smell of line dried laundry, and some say freezing dry on the line works like bleach, and they're much softer once thawed. Bypass the dryer without freezing using dryer racks and retractable clotheslines. Then if you do have a dryer, a 5-minute spin fluffs and softens while saving you money on your power bill. Thanks for posting your tip, Doris. Do you have a green tip that saves money in the home, office, or garden? We want to know. Each month, we feature the greenest thumb on Live Green Tennessee. Post your tip on WCTE.org/greenthumb, read your neighbor's tips, comment, and vote for your favorite. You can email your tip to greenthumb@WCTE.org or call the number on your screen. You might win $25 and a WCTE mug and cooler set. Our thanks for Living Green Tennessee. We hope you've enjoyed Live Green Tennessee. For more information on these and all stories past, look us up online at WCTE.org/livegreen. Please join us next time when we'll feature a whole new set of Tennessee growers, markets, and top chefs who are making the move to eating fresh and living green possible for all of us. We'll heat up Gator's Green Galley, visit the Gadget Lab, talk to Dr. Op Walker, and just a whole lot more right here next time on Live Green Tennessee.
This program is brought to you in part by
a local winery is a great place to enjoy the countryside, find perfect gifts, and learn about the winemaking process. Or you could just have fun, laugh with friends, taste the wines, and experience Tennessee wine country. To find a Tennessee wine country experience near you, visit picktnproducts.org.
And by the generous support of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.